Hello everyone, you're watching my channel Biologics 5 and today we are going to discuss about biofertilizers. What are biofertilizers? Actually these are microbes which enhance or increase the growth of the plant. Actually biofertilizers is the topic present in our chapter use of microbes in human welfare, and biofertilizers are also microbes which are good for the plants. Biofertilizers, actually the fertilizers of biological origin, because they are microbes, they are of biological origin. Fertilizers, as we know, are the chemicals which we use in our fields to increase the yield of the plants. So these are actually chemical fertilizers. Earlier the chemical fertilizers are quite popular, but nowadays biofertilizers are popular. These chemical fertilizers also enhance the growth of the plant, but they are not good for our environment and for our health. So nowadays in organic farming these biofertilizers are used, and these are actually microbes which include bacteria, cyanobacteria and fungi. Now come to the biofertilizers definition. Actually it is a substance. Biofertilizers is a substance which contain living microorganism which when applied to seeds or plant surfaces or soil colonizes the rhizosphere. Rhizosphere is the area around the roots. So these microbes colonizes the rhizosphere or sometimes interior of the plants also. Interior of the plants, like some bacteria and fungi go inside the root of the plants also and promotes the growth. How they promote the growth? By increasing the availability of primary nutrients. And what are these primary nutrients? Nitrogen, phosphorus to the host plant. So these biofertilizers are microorganisms which colonizes the rhizosphere or interior of the plants and promotes the growth. How they promote growth? By increasing the availability of primary nutrients to the host plants. They are widely used in organic farming, important part of organic farming. They are low cost in comparison to chemical fertilizers. So these are cost effective as compared to chemical fertilizers. And they are generally of three types, which include nitrogen fixing bacteria, nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria or blue-green algae, and the mycorrhiza. Now discuss these one by one. First we come to the nitrogen fixing bacteria. As we know that nitrogen is quite in abundance in our atmosphere. 78% of atmospheric gases is nitrogen, but it is not available to plants. So these bacteria actually make this nitrogen available to the plants by fixing the nitrogen. They are of two types: free living nitrogen fixing bacteria and symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria. Free living nitrogen fixing bacteria lives freely in the soil, and symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria is in relationship with the plant. They are mutually associated. They live symbiotically with each other. This nitrogen fixing bacteria provides nitrogen and other nutrients to the plant, and plants provide shelter and food to this bacteria. The examples of free living nitrogen fixing bacteria are Azotobacter, Azospirillum, Clostridium and Bergerrhenia. They live freely in soil and perform nitrogen fixation. Symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria include Rhizobium and Frankia. Symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria forms the mutually beneficial association with the plants. They live associated. Rhizobium species forms nodules on the roots of leguminous plants. Lots of times questions are asked about the rhizobium and about the Azotobacter, Azospirillum. So this topic is quite important for exams. So rhizobium species live symbiotically with the leguminous plants, form nodules in the roots and fix nitrogen for these leguminous plants. Next bacteria is Frankia. It also lives symbiotically but with non-leguminous plants like Alnus and Myrica. Quite important relationship. Frankia symbiotically lives with non-leguminous plants. Now come to a next one, that is nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. Cyanobacteria actually prokaryotes, bacteria which perform photosynthesis also. That's why they are called blue-green algae, present in the marshy areas and the paddy fields. So these cyanobacteria which fix nitrogen also of two types. Some cyanobacteria actually fix nitrogen, not all of them. Some of cyanobacteria fix nitrogen and they are called nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. These again are of two types, free living nitrogen fixing bacteria which are living freely, and symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria live symbiotically with the host plant. So the examples of free living cyanobacteria are Nostoc, Olocera and Tolipothrix. This Olocera is quite popular in India, used in the paddy fields in India. Next we come to symbiotic nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. They include the Anabaena, quite important Anabaena. This is in the symbiotic relationship with the fern Azolla. Azolla is actually a fern. Azolla is a fern and Anabaena is a cyanobacteria which lives associated with this fern. This association is of great importance in paddy fields. This is the picture of this Azolla. This is Azolla fern. In the leaves of Azolla fern, this Anabaena, this cyanobacteria grows. So this fern is used in the paddy fields for the nitrogen fixation. Next we come to the mycorrhiza. First, what is mycorrhiza? Actually it is a symbiotic association of a fungus with the root of higher plants, and the most common species of fungus forms mycorrhiza is the glomus species. Glomus species, quite important, lot of question has been asked on glomus also. So this is the mycorrhiza. What is mycorrhiza? Symbiotic association of a fungus with the root of higher plants. The fungus grow inside or outside the root and also make plants salt resistant and drought resistant and pest resistant also. So this mycorrhiza is quite important. So there are two type of mycorrhiza, and that is ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. Ectomycorrhiza is the most part of the fungi grow on the surface of the root. Some part of the fungi grow inside the root but not much deeper. The examples of ectomycorrhiza is Rhizopogon species. Now come to our endomycorrhiza. Glomus is actually an endomycorrhiza. Glomus is actually endomycorrhiza. Endomycorrhiza, most of the part of the fungi grow in intercellular spaces as well as intracellular in the cortical cell of roots. In ectomycorrhiza, most of the part fungi is growing on outside the root. Only little part of fungi go inside the root and not much deeper. But in endomycorrhiza, most part of the fungi grow in intercellular spaces. Suppose this is our root and these are the different cells of root, and these are actually intercellular spaces in which this fungus is growing. So this fungus grow inside the intercellular spaces in the root, and little part, only small part is available outside on the root. So most of this fungus grow inside the root and quite deeper inside the root. So most part of the fungi grow in intercellular spaces. These are the intercellular spaces between the cells in which this fungus grow, as well as intracellular inside the cell. This fungus also go inside the cell also, in the cortical cell actually. And the example of endomycorrhiza is Glomus, the Glomus species. So this is all about mycorrhiza, nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria and nitrogen fixing bacteria. So these are all the biofertilizers which are present in NCERT also. So hope guys this topic is now clear to you, And if you understood the topic well, please like and subscribe my channel.